This variant is a cause for concern, not a cause for panic.
Health officials worldwide and here in Houston are closely watching the new Omicron COVID-19 variant. Action 13 breaks down the latest details on this new variant of concern. He's accused of killing his wife, and now we're learning he was arrested after detectives say his story did not add up. The latest on the new details from court.
And he's just supposed to come, have fun, and go back to his life, and that's not happening.
That didn't happen.
The family of Rudy Peña wants to know why he went to the Astroworld concert and did not come home. Now they're filing a lawsuit in an effort to get some answers. After a violent weekend across Houston, Action 13 is digging into the numbers from law enforcement to see if crime is really going up or if it just feels that way.
There were no red flags. That's what the friends of a Cyprus couple are saying after the husband is charged with killing his wife, then concocting a cover-up.
Yes, we have also learned the suspect, Christopher Collins, is an Army veteran. ABC 13's Maya Shea was in court today during his first appearance. She's live downtown now with what she's learned. Maya?
I will have to say, this is the first time these friends have seen Christopher Collins in this way in court, accused of killing his own wife. Up until this point, they tell me that the couple was ideal. They spent all their time together, focused on pets, power yoga, their plans. They never imagined it would end like this. The Christopher Collins we saw in court today, sullen and charged with murder, is much different than the person he portrayed on social media, a lover of gardening, eating out, and exercising with his wife, Yanghua Kiki Liang. Krista Muller taught the couple yoga.
They constantly came to my classes. They built a community within the studio, had many friends and yogi friends. They're just wonderful people. And it was just shocking news to know that she's gone.
Muller and other friends of the couple all say they never saw any outward signs of trouble. Married more than a dozen years, Liang's many friends often visited their home and talked about their upbringing in China. Today, they showed up in court to offer each other support.
I like gardening. She like gardening. She like gardening very much.
But beneath the idyllic suburban life image, court records show there were money woes. A foreclosure lawsuit filed by the Homeowners Association in 2016 against the couple is still pending. Collins' car was recently repossessed, and just 2 days before Kiki's murder, the couple signed a $250,000 life insurance policy.
I need to find out the truth. I don't know why. And he don't tell everything.
Prosecutors have not said if money was the motive behind Collins allegedly shooting his wife, then developing an elaborate scheme to try and cover it up, where he went to a neighborhood restaurant, then to a Lifetime Fitness, where he allegedly called authorities for a welfare check before Kiki's body was finally found in their home. It just seems so hard to believe for those who knew the couple.
Kiki was such a wonderful, loving human, would do anything for you. She gave people she raised chickens and gave them eggs and would give them vegetables, just always there for the community. And we are just so devastated with the news.
Now friends say they're focused on getting Kiki's parents here to America so they can properly mourn for their daughter. In Houston, Maya Shea, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
We're going to turn now to the latest chapter in the COVID-19 pandemic. Officials confirming that the new OMICRON variant is a concern. Tonight, experts racing to answer these three questions about this new variant. Is it more transmissible? Is it more dangerous or deadly than other variants? And most importantly, is it more resistant to vaccines? Now, early evidence suggests that it is highly contagious, but how fast it spreads is still currently unknown. There's also not enough cases right now to see how sick it's making people, and testing is underway now to see if this variant reduces the effectiveness of vaccines.
And several countries, including the U.S., imposed travel restrictions after scientists in South Africa first raised the alarm last Thursday. So there are more than 150 confirmed cases, not many, right? But they're in more than a dozen countries. So is the new variant here in Southeast Texas, and how would health experts find that out? Well, to answer those questions, let's go to ABC 13's Nick Notario live in the newsroom. Nick?
All right, so if you take a COVID-19 test at home, maybe PCR at your local pharmacy, you won't actually find out what strain of the COVID-19 that you have. It'll just tell you if you're positive. So we wanted to know exactly how they would figure this out. Well, here's the answer. Get this. It may come from the next time you flush the toilet. The Houston Health Department studies wastewater. This allows them to test for different variants. The health department is able to use this data to determine how much the virus is spreading throughout the community. So far, there haven't been any confirmed cases of the OMICRON variant in the U.S. However, local health experts believe it's only a matter of time before it's detected.
Virtually certain that it is already here. One of the things we've learned during the pandemic is that once we start detecting variants in one place, they generally have spread around the world. So it would not surprise me at all to hear that Omicron is already here.
Another question people have are about travel restrictions. The U.S. has already cut off travel from several African countries. Others across the globe have put in restrictions as well. Now, I want to show you what Baylor College of Medicine's Dr. Peter Hotez says about this very subject. You can see posted on social media. He talked about this, and he talked about the fact that the Omicron variant is already in European nations, which he says should be no surprise. He went on to say, though, as far as travel restrictions, well, he calls them futile in North America. Remember, in 2020, we cut off certain countries, including China, from coming to the U.S., and that didn't stop COVID-19 from entering the U.S. So he's not exactly sure these would work out this time around. Speaking of travel, if you have done any during the week of Thanksgiving and you're not feeling well this week, experts say you should get tested. Also, keep in touch with those you spent the holidays with,
so that if someone in your group gets sick, that information can be spread rapidly throughout all the people in attendance. Give grandma that phone call. You know she wants it anyway. Just keep in touch with the folks you gathered with.
We should know in the coming days or weeks if the COVID-19 vaccines and boosters are effective against the new variant. If you're on the fence whether to get the vaccine or to get yourself a booster, health experts say you want to get it anyways, because right now the Delta variant is the dominant strain here in the area, and those vaccines and boosters are effective against that. Live in the newsroom, Nick Notario, ABC13 Eyewitness News.
Nick, thanks for breaking it down right there. So here's where it stands when it comes to new cases and deaths here in Texas. According to state data compiled by the Texas Tribune last week, new cases in Texas are up slightly, but the number of new deaths and hospitalizations down. And more people are getting vaccinated compared to last month. So as of today, nearly 69% of eligible Texans over the age of 5 are vaccinated. 59% are fully vaccinated, and 2.7 million people have gotten their booster.
Health officials are still urging everybody to get vaccinated or get their booster dose. The FDA expanded booster eligibility to everybody over the age of 18 nearly 2 weeks ago. Health experts say you should get that COVID booster 6 months after your second dose of Pfizer or Moderna, or 2 months after your single dose of Johnson & Johnson. Takes about 2 weeks for the booster to give you peak protection. Now you can get one at Memorial Hermann, CVS, Walgreens, and all Harris County vaccination sites.